And we are back again. It's your friendly neighborhood film watchers. It's Frankie Football. We are back in the building.
In the building, man.
Brandon. And I got my man 100 Grand with me.
What's going on, man? Let's set it off, Chris, man. Get back for another quick video, man. Go ahead and put your, taste buds on it, man. Taste the flavor. Talking about this Dallas Cowboys defense against this Tampa offense, man. Quarterback and led by, I have to honestly say it. I only when I say a guy's full government name, that's ultimate respect. So Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., the American dream. Every man in America wants to be him, counted out. And he's a stud, man.
Hey, man, he's solid. He the GOAT. He the GOAT if there ever was a GOAT. I ain't gonna lie to you there. I'm not gonna lie to you there, Chris. But we gonna be
Hey, man, Chris, he's 43 years old, man. I mean, he got aches and pains like everybody else, man. But he's the man. But come Thursday night, man, this Tampa offense walks out a lot of different things. They bring out Leonard Fournette. We don't know if playoff Lenny's going to be there. They got Ronald Jones as a running back. The wide receiver core is vaunted. Mike Evans is a bona fide dog. Antonio Bryant. Antonio Bryant a couple years ago was quote unquote the best wide receiver in football. Chris Godwin is a stellar young wide receiver looking for a contract. They've got the probably the third best tight end in NFL history on their roster. He's older, but Robert Gronkowski is a force to be reckoned with. And their offensive line, held up by the young second-year talent, Tristan Wirfs, who I think is amazing, poses a challenge for this Dallas Cowboy defense. But I don't give a damn. We coming to town to whoop that ass. We coming to town to get up because this new and improved Dallas Cowboy defense hosts a lot of different weapons, man. But I think the weapon that people have forgotten about is my dude, man, who I've been wanting to see, man, for the last year, man. Here on Franklin Football, we wouldn't even say his name when he was under. We wouldn't even say his name when he was under suspension. But he's back in the building. He's in the building. Randy Gregory, man.
Mr. Randy Gregory, the Macho Man, Savage Gregory himself.
That's him, man.
Yeah. And here's the beauty of it, Chris. Here's the beauty of it. Randy can have his dispensary on speed dial and still go out and play the game.
He gonna do what he gotta do, man. He gotta do what he gotta do, man.
That's the beauty of it now, Chris. That's the beauty of it now.
Right.
Because the limits that the NFL tests for Randy's substance of choice, cannabis,
absolutely,
is so high that he would have to smoke an insurmountable amount of per week.
Okay.
And I don't want to challenge him. I don't want to challenge Randy to do
that. No, I don't want him hanging out with Method Man or Red Man or nothing like that. Now I want that to happen.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But the limits are so high that Randy could have his dispensary on speed dial and still go out and play. And the thing about Randy is he's been out so long. Randy is, I believe, 27 years old, and I've got my handy-dandy laptop right here beside me. But he's taking the snaps of someone who's maybe in their third year in the league, the amount of snaps that he's taking.
Right. And I think that's a big unknown for a lot of people because a lot of people understood his talent coming out of Nebraska. We saw that. But every time we saw Randy Gregory on the field, he was doing something that made you say, "Oh, he has a wow factor." That when you see a young defensive end who has so much upside, that's what he does. So I think for the Cowboys offense going against this Cowboys defense, going against this Tampa offense, I think you have to do the one thing that's known for. You got to get Thomas Edward Patrick Brady off his spot. I think OC said that in his interview. I mean, he wasn't being gregarious, or he wasn't being to the point of being open, but he was just stating a pure fact. If you get him off his spot, if you get him to the point that he has to adjust, you got an opportunity to do it. And I think with Randy on one side, D-Lo on the other, and then the addition of a push up front, I think Osa is a guy that will not be moved easily. I think Carlos Watkins is out to prove to everybody. I was playing with some bums down in Houston. Brent Irvin is a stalwart and been a veteran who's been able to go out, make plays, and be a stalwart in the run game. And I think if you make Tampa, I don't think one-dimensional, but make them have to be forced to third and long, I think second and long, third and long, this defense shows up.
Absolutely. And you ain't even named my guy yet. You haven't even named the young spark.
We don't want to talk about the defensive weapon because he's not a linebacker. You know, right. He's not an edge rusher. You know, he's not a covered linebacker. He's a defensive weapon.
Absolutely.
Young Micah Parsons, and I am ready. I have roasted crow sauteing and simmering in my heat box, waiting to pull it out and carve it up deliciously.
Yes.
If he comes out on Thursday night and gives me 10 tackles, a couple batted passes, an interception, and a sack, and a Cowboy win.
Now, Chris, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I have to give you a certain amount of credit, though. We made an appearance on another Cowboys YouTubers show. Shout out to Vash Lombardi, my OG.
My man.
And you said that you had Michael Parsons in the trunk, personally bringing him to Dallas. So I have to give you a certain amount of credit there. I remember that verbatim. He asked you what you had in the trunk because there was a certain amount of noise in your background.
I mean, you know,
you had Michael Parsons in the trunk, bringing him to Dallas yourself.
Listen, man, I keep known to keep a baby seal, maybe a giraffe, some incriminating evidence in my vehicle at all times. I will go out and say this personally, going into the draft, and we talked about it. I wanted Rashawn Slater. I'm out there on Twitter saying Rashawn Slater and no one else. But this Cowboys front office made a decision that we were going to upgrade this defense. And they upgraded this defense this year by leaps and bounds on every level, from the defensive line to the secondary to the linebackers and even to the back end with all the guys that they have. So, and even with the coaching with Dan Quinn. So I think we kind of look at DQ or Dan Quinn in a light of what he did in Atlanta, blew a lot of leads and things of that nature. But we also got to remember, he had Tom Brady 28-3 in the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And the guy who blew that game wasn't the head coach.
Absolutely. Now, I said this with a friend of mine who's a 49ers fan. I think the Cowboys does not get enough smoke.
No.
For giving up that lead.
Of course not, because if you had, we've seen that the GOAT, you know, he's always going to keep coming. So when they turned around, they played other teams, people kept pouring it on. Absolutely. If they found a chink in that defense, they kept pouring it on. They kept scoring until they couldn't score no more. So for them to turn around and be down 28-3 and then turn around and get that whole lead back, a lot of that goes on Kyle Shanahan trying to say, hey, let's run the clock out. Let's play against the clock instead of just trying to keep scoring points.
Absolutely.
But that's for another time. That's for another video. That's for another place. But what I do want to say,
this is a Cowboy show, people. This is a
Cowboy show. But what I want,
we put our masks on. I personally have a Cowboys mask, but it's okay. Right. This is a Cowboy show. This is a Cowboy show. So you know,
I believe if they turn around, right? So I believe with the addition of Quinn, with them showing a lot of pressure on third down in the preseason, people are going to say, okay, that's going to be their forte. But, man, they may come out the box, man. I believe they come out and show something different. I think they unleashed, you know, in the immortal words of Maximus Aurelius, on their signal, they're going to unleash hell.
Absolutely.
In Tampa.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I really want to see how these Cowboys DBs match up against these Tampa wide receivers. We haven't seen all of our starting DBs playing in a single game yet. So I'm really excited to see guys. It's going to end up being, let's see.
It's going to be scary.
I think it's going to be Canada, Brown, and Lewis. No. Canada, Diggs, and maybe Wright starting.
No, I think they're gonna go one, because if I'm Tom Brady and you trot out a rookie out there for the first series, I'm gonna go at you. So I think they're at a disadvantage in the corner situation. I think Trayvon Diggs is gonna show out. He's competitive. He's gonna be that guy who can do certain things. I think Antonio Brown is gonna give whoever's on the opposite side of him fits. I think in the slot, Kennedy is gonna be fine.
Kennedy's been our best DB in camp.
I'm hoping that. Yeah, I think he's going to be fine in the slot. I just think this game is going to come down to the amount of pressure they can get with 4 or with 5. I don't think you can try to blitz. I don't think you can blitz the GOAT and think you're going to be able to get away with that, because he's going to be able to pick that apart. There's not a test he hasn't seen in this league, so I think DQ is going to have to mix and match a lot of things. But I think it's going to be a lot of individual one-on-one matchups that you're going to have to see, hey, he's winning here. So if Randy starts winning early, do we shift to try to give him help? And does D-Law get off and win? Does Osa get an opportunity to work against the left guard or Carlos Watkins make a move? And if you're going to have to get some individual one-on-one matchups to win so that you can exploit other areas. Because I think if you give Brady time with those wide receivers against that secondary, especially against certain corners, he'll kill us.
Absolutely. I think that you're going to have certain situations where you can blitz because you have guys who are very versatile, like Parsons and Neal. Neal is going to be able to drop back into coverage because he has those safety skill sets. But Parsons has the, I'll just say, athlete skill sets where he can go in and blitz. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think because like we all know, he don't know what he don't know.
Absolutely.
And that's the beautiful part about him. So what he knows is, as he said when he came to Dallas, he played a lot of water boy football, see ball, get ball. And I think, Tom is going to try to trick him up with some different things. They're going to try to come and try to give the young rookie some different looks.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, when it comes to go tackling football and going to get into the football, I think he's going to be fine. I think it's the first game of the season, and it's a great test to have. Because like I said, Tom, and I've said before, when we lose, or unfortunately, when we win, or unfortunately we lose, this is still a team I plan on seeing in the NFC Championship.
So you didn't quite answer my question earlier. Who are your DBs starting out the first drive? Who are you trotting out the first drive?
Oh, I'm bringing Trayvon Diggs, Anthony Brown, and Maurice Canada in the slot. That's what I'm doing. But now that's if Chris Lester holds the microphone and he's the DQ and he's running people out. I believe they're going to start Diggs, Brown, and Lewis.
Okay.
Yep.
And your safeties are going to be what?
It's going to be Donovan Wilson and KZ. I think it's going to be Donovan Wilson and KZ. I think my starting linebackers, for grins and giggles, is going to be Michael Parsons, Jalen Smith, and Leighton Vander Esch to start. But when I go to the dime, it's going to be Parsons and Neal, or Vander Esch and Neal. But I think Michael Parsons might go ahead and get an IV, because I don't think he's going to be on the sideline much. All that wanting to go in for more plays, he's going to have a lot of plays on Thursday night.
Absolutely. I think especially if Tampa gets a lot of longer drives, he's going to be on the field a lot because we're going to need his youth. We see that he has a lot of energy. His battery runs long. So we're going to be seeing a lot of Michael Parsons, especially in situations where Jalen Smith's lack of speed compared to the talent around him isn't sufficient.
Well, I think I don't think it's okay. I just think the guys, you said it perfectly. The lack of speed that he has around the guys around him is it. But I think if you get Jalen to do certain things, he's perfect. If I get Jalen to rush the passer, he's good. If I get Jalen to run sideline to sideline, he's good. So I don't believe in Jalen planting his foot and changing directions. That ain't his forte. That ain't what he does. So all I'm going to ask Jalen to do is to give me all the special team snaps he can find, right? Okay, and be a situational run stopping type guy, and toss maybe a little bit of pass rush here or there. But at the end of the day, man, I'm looking at this game to be to the point that my front four, along with my defensive weapon, make some plays, and we hang in there, man. We hang tough, and we just, make this to the point that it doesn't get out of hand before the offense has opportunity to put space between them and Tampa on the scoreboard.
All right. So finish it up, Chris. Give me a score prediction, man.
Okay, first game of the season. Rain Dakota Prescott comes back. So I'm looking for a 28-24 Cowboys win in Tampa on Thursday night.
Okay. I have been saying Dallas by 9 all season long. It is going to be 18-27 Cowboys.
Woo! Wow. Okay, I like that. You showing the defense just going out and giving up, a couple touchdowns, a touchdown and field goals, huh?
Yeah, man. I firmly believe it. I firmly believe that this defense is going to be able to come out and stand up because, especially compared to where this Tampa team was in the regular season last year, they weren't necessarily
Okay. So your feeling is because they brought everyone back and made no additions, that's a detractor for them being better than they were last year.
Not necessarily a detractor. They're just going to be where they were in the regular season last year.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that. I can feel you on that. I can definitely feel you on that. So since we're giving a prediction for the first game, can I get your season prediction for the Dallas Cowboys, record-wise, and what you see this ended?
12-win team. This is going to be a 12 and what is this? A 17-game season. 12-5.
Okay. 12-5. Okay, 12-5. And the end result is where?
Super Bowl or bust, man. I believe it's going to be an NFC Championship in store.
Okay.
But I think that the Super Bowl is the mission, of course.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we always go by the adage, we go undefeated to proven otherwise. But I truly believe, based on the schedule, based on how I look at everyone else, because I think some people have given people more hype than needed, aka the Chargers, because I don't think Justin Herbert is that. I think Justin Herbert's good. I don't think Justin Herbert is great, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm gonna say 13-4, man. 13-4. I see right now 2 games that I'm worried about. I still think I can win both of them, but only 2 games that I'm truly worried about. I'm worried about this game on Thursday, and then the other game. The only other game I'm worried about is when we go to Kansas City.
Yes, sir.
To face Patty Mahomes in his building. Everybody else, I believe I can beat. So I might have a slip up here, a penalty here, this, that. So I'm saying 13-4, and I think you get to the NFC Championship game.
I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it at all.
That's what I'm at.
Like you said, I don't believe that anybody gonna beat me until they beat me. So I'm not mad at it at all.
Right. So that's what we're looking at. So there we are, people. Me and Brandon have given you our breakdown for this week against Tampa. Brandon has the Cowboys winning by 9. I got them winning by 4. But at the end of the day, we think about Cowboys win, Cowboy wins. Oh, the Cowboys win. So do me a favor, hit the like button. If you ain't already subscribed, man, come on, man, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you share it, man. And more importantly, leave us a comment, man. Leave your prediction, what you think, what's gonna happen on Thursday night, man. But listen, man, this is your crew, your homies, your boys from Frankly Bit Football. I'm setting it off, Chris. I'm with my main man.
And I'm Brandon. This is Frankly Football. Peace.
Peace.